All right, and welcome into today's WPSL matchup between Sunflower State FC and Union Kansas City here in Kansas City, Missouri at Pembroke Hill. This is Tyler Kalmus on the commentary, joined in the booth today by Salvador Sesti. We will have this WPSL action coming at you between second place in the Great Plains Division, Heartland Division for the women, Sunflower facing the Union KC, as we will get the starting 11s and get this game underway here.
Welcome to this sunny day here in Kansas City, Missouri for this WPSL matchup between Union KC and Sunflower State. Starting for Union KC, in goal, number 0, Maddie Meehan. Number 2, Caroline Carter. Number 6, Jane Hansen. Number 11, Chloe Wilms. Number 15, Reese Walrod. Number 17, Kayla Smith. Number 21, Anna Leek. Number 23, Grace Vest. Number 24, Emma Thurston. Number 27, Kate Gibson. And number 28, Grayson Erisman. They are coached by Coach Dan Naidu. And for your Sunflower State Sunnies, in goal, number 0, Riri Sasaki. Number 3, Akaya Day. Number 5, Emily Carrasco. Number 6, Ann Hope. Number 8, Alexis Morrison. Number 10, Tata Teixeira. Number 11, Giovanna De Souza. Number 15, Elijah Lindstrom. Number 18, Cora Elman. Number 19, Bella Leon. And finally, number 27, Juliet Lucas. Please.
All right, and welcome back in as the players get ready to take the field here. The captains gathered at the center circle for the coin toss. Sunflower State in their home yellow and black, the visiting Union KC in their white and red. Once again, this is Tyler Kalmus here in the booth for Sunflower, joined by Salvador Sesti. Sesti, how you feeling about this matchup here today?
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, we played them better last game, which we did end up losing 2-1. However, we're looking for a little bit of revenge here on the wonderful confines of Pembroke Hill here on Ward Parkway.
Absolutely, and it is another bright, hot day here in Kansas City with the on-field temperature, close to 100 degrees down there. So Going to take a full team effort here. Probably see lots of changes as the girls are going to need every last person on the bench to try and get a result here. And what is going to be a big game in the conference here. For those of you just joining us, Union KC coming into this one sitting in second place in the conference here, sitting at a record of 4-1-4, and the Sunflower coming in here in third place, sitting at a record of 4-3-1, so separated by just 3 points. Sunflower does have that game in hand, so 3 points today would put them in a spot going into the last game of the season where any result would clinch second place, which would be a great finish considering how we started the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Sunflower State is really trying to improve year after year, and they've done so. But considering last year we finished fourth place, they'd look to improve upon that just a little bit more with the fewer teams in our conference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As the teams make their way out onto the field here, it'll be Union Kansas City attacking left to right, Sunflower going right to left.
Yeah.
If you missed the starting lineup announcements here, we do have a starting 11 for Union Kansas City. In goal is Maddie Meehan. She is joined by number 2, Carolyn Carter, number 6, Jane Hansen, number 11, Chloe Wilms, number 15, Reese Walrod, number 17, Kayla Smith, number 21, Anna Lack, number 23, Grace Vest, number 24, Emma Thurston, number 27, Kate Gibson, and number 28, Grayson Ehrman. As the referee blows the whistle to get us underway here at Pembroke Hill. The starting lineup for your Sunnies in goal is number 0, Rirei Sasaki. She is joined at the back here by Akaya Day, number 5, Emily Carrasco, number 6, Ann Hope, as the ball starts here with a turnover, as Union tried to pounce, but able to repel just enough by Ann Hope there. Final roster here for Sunflower, number 8, Alexis Morrison, as the ball trickles over the top here. Going to be left for Lidstrom to deal with, but she's able to usher that out for the first goal kick of the game here. And just to wrap up here, we got Tata Teixeira, number 10 in midfield, number 11, Giovanna D'Souza, number 15, Elijah Lidstrom, number 18, Cora Elliman, number 19, Bella Leone, and up top, number 27, Juliette Lucas. As Sunflower looks to play out of the back here, ball finds the feet of Morrison. D'Souza all the way back to Sasaki in goal here, put under some pressure, but able to play out. Lidstrom looking for options, finds Tata, always at the heart of everything in the midfield there. Able to find Hope out wide. Takes a safe route back to Sasaki here as Sunflower enjoys the early spell of possession. As Morrison turns into space, looks up ahead, looks to play into Lucas, who is in a battle here to try and win possession, but unable to do so as Vest is able to win possession there, and Union KC will reset back on a pass from Walrod.
It'll be interesting to see how we play out of the back and how the heat starts to affect us, and Union KC for that matter. Always with any of Coach Ramos's teams, they're always going to be incredibly organized, right, and always have a plan going forward. Now, if there's a mistake, it always ends up hurting us, especially with a mistake in the back, which any good team is going to capitalize on the center defensive mistake. But as we build out, it's so methodical, right? With a little bit of spark from Lucas or from Tata especially, or just a great pass from Carrasco or Morrison, that we'll see how that starts to affect the women from over on the other side of Kansas City.
Absolutely, as Sunflower with their first real foray forward, as the pass from Carrasco was looking for Bella Leone, who gets it back into Carrasco. Carrasco goes past one, but her touch is just going to dribble a little too far there into the hands of Meehan in goal. But, Bella Leone has really been, on a tear the last few games over on that right-hand side as, the formation here Coach Jose Ramos employs. You look for D'Souza, you look for Leone to really just try and create down the wing here as Morrison puts Union under pressure. No whistle from the referee as Morrison gets the ball to Carrasco. Carrasco looking for Lucas, but it's just cut off here.
We missed Gatto. Gatto's starting.
As it looks like Angela Gatto actually coming in to start this game. It appears in place of Akaya Day. Late change from Coach Jose Ramos as Union try to work the ball down the left-hand side here, but repelled away by Lidstrom. Ball over the top here, cut off by Murph, who finds the feed across, go back into Elliman. Elliman turns, looking for help. And they'll reset all the way back to Sasaki again, as Sunflower will look to get their offensive shape back under control here, as Gato on the ball. Plays back to Sasaki. Sasaki finds Gato in space. Gato looking for the run of D'Souza, but just not enough bend on that one, as Union will try to come forward here with the ball over the top, looking for Vest, but cut off by Lidstrom as Murph steps in here. Elliman able to turn one, pokes past two, looking for the feet of Lucas, but cut off nicely in the defense there by Kayla Smith for Union KC. But Sunflower enjoying all of the sustained possession so far, as most of Union KC's forays forward have just been intercepted balls here. As Morrison able to weave her way in between two and find Murph out wide, who's turned back in by Vest, but Sunflower still enjoying the lion's share of possession here early, as Gato takes up space in the midfield, looks up for a runner, goes through looking for the feet of Elliman, who might have just strayed offside before that pass, as it'll dribble out, but the referee says a deflection, and that'll be our first corner kick of the game here for Sunflower. All corner kicks for Sunflower State, of course, brought to you by our wonderful friends over at DM Injury Law, as Morrison trots out to take the right-footed in-swinger. Ball played in there, is spilled by the goalkeeper, but able to be volleyed out by her defender, who will bail out. It finds the feet of Grace Vest, who's put under pressure by Tata, who's able to force it out for a throw-in. But
no offside. Yeah.
Early test there for the goalkeeper, who it actually appears that it's Karani that ended up starting in goal for Union. As the ball played over the top here, looking for Tata. Tata onside, takes a touch, dips it over the top, and into the goal! The open net here, as Tata Teixeira will open the scoring here for the Sunnies in the 6th minute. But a wonderful ball over the top there. Finds Tata, whose late run was able to beat that offside trap, and finds the goalkeeper stuck in no man's land, as Tata is just able to lift it over the top. But exactly what you want to see from Sunflower here early on in this game. Get ahead, use the heat to your advantage, and make Union have to work harder than you to try and get themselves back into this game. Couldn't ask for a better start, huh, Sesti?
No, that's fantastic. And that goal puts Tata Teixeira up to six goals for the team lead, which is one behind her total from last year of 7. But no, Teixeira has been fantastic. One of our talismans attacking, along with Emily Carrasco and Juliette Lucas, who has 5. So look for a little bit of a competition between the two up top, between the 10 and the 9. I guess the 10 and the 27, I believe. Yep, 10 and the 27. But that was a great little breakdown, and just a nice little lazy chip over the top. It's good to see. It's great to see from Tata.
Absolutely. And ball looped over the top here, but Lidstrom able to repel it away and finds eventually the feet of Lucas, who's able to turn it over to Bella Leone, who plays back here, and Sunflower will immediately go back into possession here, as they have been the dominant team here. As ball looped over the top here, Lucas able to take it under control, shielding off Smith, but Smith able to poke it around here and find a teammate, who's then turned over by Elliman. It's been all Sunflower here early on, as Morrison turns, finds the feet of Gato. Gato pressured by Vest, who eventually nods it out for a throw-in, but
Where does Cora play?
Cora is...
I mean, obviously she plays at Sunflower State, but is she one of the legion of pioneers here?
The ball looped over the top there. It's only going to find Karani in goal.
Still on target, though.
Yeah. And after that spill on that corner kick earlier, certainly would be no discouragement from Sunflower to try their luck from distance. As ball looped over the top here for Gibson to run onto, but Sasaki able to come well out of her goal, play a little bit of sweeper keeper, and dispel that away. Ball finds the feet of Vest, but cut out by Lidstrom, who's been all over the pitch here so far for Sunflower.
Kansas City Community College. Let's go Blue Wolves? River Wolves?
Cavaliers.
Cavaliers.
As the ball goes back to Murph, who will look to reset.
Kansas City's own.
Gato back to Sasaki. He goes wide once again to Murph. Murph looks up, finds Tata, who's going to pocket a space in the midfield, press down, but able to keep possession to Lidstrom. Lidstrom over the top here, looking for D'Souza, but a great step in there by Chloe Wilmus, who was able to put a shoulder in and just force that ball to go to no one as it dribbles all the way back out for a goal kick here for Union KC. So we get back underway here. Elliman putting pressure on Smith, who goes back to her goalkeeper. Turned over in the midfield there just about by Tata as Carrasco and Morrison tried to press, but ball looped over the top here looking for Vest, but she was always going to be second to that, to Gato.
It's also going to be interesting to see how the Heat continues to play out. I'm going to keep talking about it because I have to keep dealing with it, especially with some of the women who've had issues in the past with Heat, such as Emily Carrasco. She's had some health issues, but there are unlimited subs here in the WPSL as we now reach 10 minutes of play here, but it seems that she's been sorted out her health issues, and she's been a stalwart for Sunflower State, not just this year, but in years past as well.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been at the heart of this midfield. You know, everything that they're doing is they're looking for the feet of Carrasco. They're looking for the feet of Tata. You know, they really are the engines in that middle of the field that kind of make everything tick here. So really nice to have her back in, and just a really reliable player there at the heart of that midfield as Union KC tries to send a ball forward there, but Gato will just usher that all the way back and reset possession here as Walred just unable to connect with a teammate up top here. Ball slipped through here, finds the feet of Lidstrom. Lidstrom able to skip past one and finds Tata. Tata fires a ball over the top here, looking for the continued run of Elliman, but it's going to be cut off there by Smith, who turns it over to Carrasco. Carrasco finds Elliman. Elliman tries to skip past one, but just gets away from her there. But Sunflower, once again, immediately wins possession back.
Yeah, pressure's on. Pressure's on Union KC. They're turning it over in the midfield third as they're going one way, and then Sunflower State takes it the other. It led to our goal, but it hasn't led to anything else further. But look for that to be an issue going forward for Union KC. As again, the sun comes. Here comes Emily Carrasco. Looks to find the feet of Lucas. She takes a shot instead. Stings the hands of Karani. It leads to just a change of possession. No goal kick, nothing like that. Here in the 12th minute of play, as she switches the field to her right center back.
Yeah, just another turnover there in the midfield as D'Souza able to cut off that attempted ball forward. But Sunflower State been the only ones really able to string a few passes together here as Union are still trying to find their footing here. As D'Souza, pressed down by two, skips past and finds the feet of Gato. Some fancy footwork from the Marshall winger as ball forward here on her finds Carrasco, but just a little too tall for her to bring under control here as she found herself a little bit more advanced from her typical 6 as her and Tata have briefly switched positions here to maintain the shape.
This is also a good opportunity to talk about Bella Leon. She has her Instagram, which is a fuel channel, so talking about dietary needs and what she's been doing. But you can tell she's improved year after year after year and really been a captain on the team at points, but shown personal growth, not just on the field, but off the field as well as a leader. So it'll be interesting to see how she continues to grow with these last 2 games of the season, with playoffs more or less not on the line with the dominance of Oklahoma City. But it's been good to see her growth over the years, and with her game that has stepped up, Sunflower State's game has stepped up as well.
Absolutely, and even in some of those earlier games when Sunflower got off to a slow start to the season, she was often one of the bright spots there. Her and Tata and Morrison, pretty consistent all season there as Morrison sprays a ball for Murph to test her touch. Still got it out there for one of KC's finest, as she's able to play back to Sasaki, who will restart here with Gato on the left side.
She has it till she doesn't. One of the examples for young women to follow with Ann Hope. Oh, good break here. Bella Leon taken out by the goalkeeper, getting a little hit check. It's going to lead to nothing other than a throw-in, but that was a dangerous chance there for Bella Leona, who we were just talking about, but took a little bit of a hit check. If she went down, that could have been a yellow, red card for Karani, but nothing but a throw-in as it comes into Elman.
Yep, a little too honest, maybe for own good, as Elman loops that in, looking for the head of Lucas. Lucas able to win the first ball, falls to her. Still a mad scramble in the box as the ball falls again to Elman, whose shot is parried out for another corner kick by Karani there in goal. A bit of a mad scramble in the box there.
Yeah, Union KC looks like they are playing a little bit in second gear. They're not quite in the third or fourth.
Yeah, and still 15 minutes in, all Sunflower State so far in this game, as they sit on a 1-0 lead here, as Carrasco trots out to take this right-footed outswinger.
It looks like Coach Dan is getting his women warmed up here on the sideline with that berating heat. As the ball goes over everybody, and I believe that's Carter to chase.
Yeah, as the ball looped in, Tata tried her best to get up for that, but shortest player on the pitch not quite able to rise to meet that one, as ball turned over back here in the midfield, finds the feet of Lack. Lack eventually gets the ball back here to Erisman, whose ball forward is only going to find Murph, who will reset back to Sasaki.
Thurston's touch didn't serve her well there.
Yeah, just another loose moment, another misplaced ball that, as Sussy was saying, Union KC has not come out firing here today. Not sure if it's the heat, not sure if what's going on with them here as the team that is above Sunflower on the table coming into the day. As this result stands, it'd be a flipping of the places with Sunflower moving into second and Union KC falling down to third.
There is 75 minutes to play, so be careful as the result stands. A lot of soccer left to be played, and they have enough quality players to change it. But let's see what our organization can do. Let's see what Sunflower can do, and hopefully keep this lead, if not extend it.
Absolutely. As Gato here's going to go back to Sasaki. A lot of the possession here in this game just kind of recycled back and forth between the defenders and our goalkeeper here, as Sasaki put under a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a loose pass, is able to trickle through to Lidstrom, who is able to get it up to Element. Element looking for that first-time ball to Souza, but turned over, but quickly won back by Sunflower here, as Tata picks up with lots of runners in front of her. Back to Lidstrom, as Sunflower has 8 in front of the ball here. Lidstrom's able to skip past one, looks for help, finds Avita Carrasco, who finds Tata. Tata, great in tight spaces there, slips through Juliet Lucas, who had gone just a step too soon for the assistant referee's liking. Flag for offside there, but just another opportunity there where Sunflower, a bit of sustained possession, able to slip that final through ball, but just a little bit too early of a run there as Carrasco makes her way to the sideline. As Smith has the ball on the left-hand side, looks for a long ball there over the top, looking for Vest, but dispelled away by Gato. As Vest has been on a bit of an island up top here with a few, Route 1 balls looking to play over the top, but so far the shape and the discipline by the Sunflower center backs has been able to dispel that, as Morrison picks up the ball there and quickly goes back as she was under some pressure there, and ball's able to work out to Murph here with some space in front of her. Looks up, plays the ball over the top there, looking for the run of Bella Leon, but marshaled back to the goalkeeper by Emma Thurston. As Union Kansas City will try their luck at some sustained possession in the back here. Smith and Karani play hot potato. Smith put under pressure there by Elliman, but able to find the feet as the ball slips through here. Union KC's ball tried to slip through to Vest. Vest, great first touch there, but is tracked down by Lidstrom. Still out of touch, has a left-footed shot that is blocked by Elijah Lidstrom. Out for the first Union Kansas City corner kick of the game, as both teams will make a host of substitutions here. As it looks like for your Sunflower State Sunnies, Juliet Lucas, D'Souza, and Murph will take a breather here.
Coming off for Sunflower State.
As Union KC plays a right-footed corner in, goes to the spot, finds the feet of
Too close.
Reese Walrod there, who found herself wide open, unmarked at the penalty spot, but her left-footed volley just trickles harmlessly to the left-hand post of Sasaki in goal, but Sasaki looked like she knew very little about that, and if that had been on frame, you would have seen the scoreboard go level here, as Union KC is going to make a wholesale change here, and for Sunflower, it looks like Lara Torres is going to make her way onto the pitch for her first action of the day here. Seems to have replaced Cora Elliman on the pitch.
Sunflower State. Cora Elliman.
As Sasaki put under pressure here, but able to stab it forward only as far as the head of Bronner, the Mizzou Tiger. As ball is looped up here. And the referee will whistle for the first hydration break of the game here in the 21st minute.
Oh, no.
As both teams will go over and get some water, try to catch some shade, as there's a little bit of cloud cover here at Pembroke Hill. But Sunflower State leading 1-0 here, 22 minutes played. How you feeling about the first, half of this first half, Ceci?
Yeah, it seems like Union KC's been playing a little bit in quicksand. They're a little second to react on some of those balls over the top, where Tata Teixeira has been tenacious with getting to it. Lucas has been good, but no one really wants to kind of take the bull by the horns here and extend the lead or get one back. But we'll see how it continues to get played. Like, I have no judgment because it is hot. I was going to quote Ichiro Suzuki, but that's not necessarily the most appropriate. If you know it, you know it. But it's hot here in Kansas City in late June and July, the dog days of summer. Interesting enough, it's named after the constellation Sirius the dog, as it is the most present in the night sky at this time of the year. Not because it's hotter than a dog.
That has been Constellation Facts with Sesti on this Sunflower State broadcast as the players make their way back out from that hydration break. We'll restart here with a throw-in from Bronner for the Union Kansas City. As Bronner closed down by Harmon. The ball's going to fall to the feet, just almost to the feet of Tata, who still putting under pressure here as it falls all the way back to Walrod, who will go to her keeper, put under pressure by Tata. Goalkeeper skips around as Tata dangles a leg out, but the goalkeeper able to just do enough. But that's going to be turned over here in the midfield to Morrison, who in the middle of three white jerseys is able to find the feet of Lainey Reichus, who's come on here over on this left-hand side to partner with Gatto, whose passes just behind the feet of Reichus. This ball attempted throw in there, cut off nicely by Morrison. It's going to fall to the feet as Harmon tries to put pressure there on Aspen Patterson.
I mean, I can't say MIZ here. Even though we're in Missouri, we are Sunflower State, so gotta say Rock Chalk. E-Mall.
Stick with the first one, as Lidstrom is able to dispel that out here for a Union Kansas City throw-in. But great local derby here between Union Kansas City and Sunflower, the first of the two Sunflower derbies that we'll see here today, as the men will be taking on Santa Fe Wanderers a little bit later on here today. As ball's turned over in the midfield here, played forward, looking for the feet of Avery Nguyen, whose ball only falls through to Sasaki, who's able to clear it back out only as far as Kayla Smith, who will look to reset back to her own goalkeeper, see if Union Kansas City can get a bit of sustained possession here finally.
As Walrod is working her way up, she's looking like she's starting to get back into the game a little bit more now that those substitutions have come on. She's trying to press and make things happen, but under pressure, Tata Teixeira, I mean, very technical with the ball, keeps it really close, like as most Brazilian touches would do, right? So look for her to play through pressure, in spite of the pressure, right? Versus some of the other players who like to swing the ball around, get the ball to the opposite field, ball over the top. But here comes Bella Leon once again. Plays that through ball, looking for, it was not Lucas, it was looking for Harmon. But leads to another Sunflower State throw as Laura Torres comes, who's been in with Sunflower State since our days in the UWS League 2, along with Coach Ramos and Ann Hope Murphy. But I still remember a worldie she scored against the Courage to make it a 2-2 game over at Blue Valley Northwest Stadium. Still one of our prouder moments for the Sunflower State Sunnies. As here comes Reiches. Reiches down the line, works against Walrod. Harmon is on her back. Here comes Laura to regain possession. Gets it back from Morrison. She has Reiches to her left. And just poked away by Harmon.
Ball played through here. Morrison able to run over and dispel that attempted counterattack. The ball's taken quickly here. Finds the feet of Hope Kim, who's able to skip in between two, but left leg was dangled out there by Angela Gatto, and the referee whistles for the infringement here. And Union will have a free kick here, just about the middle of the park here, as we creep up here to the 27th minute of this game. As Walrod stands over. Referee wants it taken at half field.
Looks like they switched to 3 at the back here for Union KC and pushed a few more up.
Union KC is going a bit more of an attacking shape here, trying to get level on the scoreboard, as their ball forward there is dispelled away enough by Akaya Day, who's made her way onto the field here, as Harmon puts under pressure here. Union KC able to get out for now, as the ball goes out wide here, finds Kim. Kim slips through looking for Yu. Yu skips past one, but her touch a little bit too far, and Akaya Day is able to help her teammate out and get back in to dispel that out for just a throw-in that's taken quickly to the feet of Kayla Smith. Kayla Smith back out wide to Win. Win plays the ball in, but it's going to find the chest of Torres, whose chest gets a little bit away from her, able to set up a volley attempt there for Abby Hansen, but her shot goes between the uprights as opposed to between the posts here, and Sunflower will live to fight another day here up 1-0. As Gatto put under pressure, able to slip through, finds Morrison in a pocket of space. Well, loses her feet here, but able to get back up, but put under enough pressure there by Bronner that she gives up a throw-in.
Yeah, Morrison, the former K-State Wildcat, transferred to Xavier. She's been doing really well for them, coming off the bench a couple games and starting to cement herself in the lineup for one of the premier soccer programs in United States College.
Yep, one of the 2 Musketeers in the Sunflower program, of course, with Cooper Forcellini over on the men's side. As the ball's looped over the top there, gets around Bella Leon for a second, but well, it was out for a throw-in. The assistant referee seemed to indicate it should have been a Sunflower throw-in, but the center referee did not notice, as that ball is dispelled away by Akaya Day. As far as Tata, who's able to turn Smith. Tata, under pressure, able to keep possession and finds a teammate in the midfield as the ball goes out wide here, looking for Lainey Reiches, but just not enough pace on the ball as it's cut out, and Union KC will look to come on the counterattack here. Ball played up top to the feet of Kim. Kim looking for options, plays into the middle, but just steps in front of the ball there by Akaya Day again, who has been in the middle of the action since coming onto the pitch here.
Yeah, the incoming junior or sophomore at MNU. She played with the team last year, came off the bench a couple times as she's doing today. But again, one of those players who, along with Bella Leon, have really stepped up and improved their game, grown in confidence, grown in strength, and in experience here in the WPSL.
Yeah, and she's been a mainstay in the starting lineup so far for this. Looked like a late change had Angela Gatto start in front of her, but quickly makes her way onto the pitch and it makes her impact felt, as soon as she gets on here, as Laura Torres tries to hold off pressure and is able to get it back to the aforementioned Day. She finds Tata, as Sunflower did make another substitution there as Bella Leon came off for Giovanna D'Souza, who gives the ball away there, curse of the commentator.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on there, Tyler.
As they find Aspen Patterson in the midfield there, she goes all the way back.
I'm not
to Walred.
superstitious. I'm just stitious.
Just
right?
a little stitious. Union KC finds the feet of Bronner. Bronner quickly closed down, is forced backwards. Ball stabbed over the top here, but that's just going to trickle harmlessly through to Sasaki. But another bit of sustained possession there for Union KC, who has grown their way a little bit more into this game here as we creep into the 31st minute. But
yeah, taking them just south of 30 minutes, but they, like you said, they're growing into this game. They're starting to build in confidence. They're starting to press forward as they looks like they just never really got warmed up. They used the first 30 minutes to get warmed up. But ball goes out for a Union KC throw-in. See if Sunflower State can pin them in their own half.
This ball's flicked on there nicely by you, but Morrison able to be first to the ball there. Takes a bit of a knock to the shin guard, but she looks like she'll be all right. As Akaya Day able to slip through two and find the feet of Wardlaw, who was looking for Harmon in front of her, but just unable to connect for the two substitutes there. As Smith has the ball for Union Kansas City.
Harmon's going to be doing a lot of running back and forth up there at top. So if they don't press together, she's just doing a lot of thankless work.
Absolutely. As the way that Coach Jose Ramos sets this team up, the center forward is expected to be the first line of defense here, as Sasaki put under a little bit of pressure, but stays calm, finds the feet of Akaya Day, who finds Lidstrom. Lidstrom out to D'Souza. D'Souza with a couple of teammates in front of her, chooses the safe route here. Now we'll look to ping the ball across to Laura Torres, but it's just cut out, and she's put under pressure there, but able to get out to Smith. That was a nice play there by Walred, who's been in the thick of it for Union Kansas City all game here so far. As Union Kansas City will go back to their goalkeeper and look to restart possession here, but quickly put under pressure by Reichus.
Finn. Noggin. Dude. Righteous.
As Smith comes forward here, up from defense, finds her midfield partner here in Hansen. Hansen finds the feet of Yu. Yu goes out wide looking for Bronner, who loses her footing, and unfortunately, as she tried to pick herself up, she stopped the ball with her hand. And Sunflower will
Take some instruction.
maybe make a substitution. As Tata trots off to get her first break of the game here, as both coaches from Sunflower are barking orders out to the ladies here. Wanted to make sure that they finish a strong half here.
Coming on for Sunflower State, number 9, Megan Everhart.
As Megan Everhart comes into the field here. She'll take the spot up top here with Harmon sliding a little bit further back onto that makeshift right wing position. As Sasaki gets us understarted here, out wide to Akaya Day. Day's ball is deflected, but almost finds the feet of Lindrum. Turned over here eventually, finds the feet of Kim. Kim turns, looking for a chance, gets back onto her left foot. Left-footed shot right into the midsection of Sasaki in goal.
Yeah, it was a good turn there on Gato, as Kim just got her body around it and needed to do a little bit better there with the left foot. Looked like a little bit of a swinger, but was a golden opportunity to make this game 1-1. But here comes Union KC again, with you taking the shot blocked by Morrison. As D'Souza goes forward with it. Has a couple players ahead of her, but plays right into the feet of number 17, Smith. And they win it back again, as there's a little bit of a back and forth here in the middle third.
Yeah, you could tell when Kim tried to beat Gato out wide on her right foot, but was dispelled, and it fell to the weaker foot there and had to go. But fortunately for Sasaki, she was in perfect position there as Everhart puts Walrod under some pressure here, forces her to go all the way back to Karani in goal, who restarts it here with Natalie Wilson. Wilson's ball forward here. It's going to find the feet of Harmon. And Racious will be able to take that under control against Bronner. Tries to turn her, but great sliding challenge there from Monica Bronner, who's able to put it out for a throw-in, as both teams will make a couple changes here as Gatto and Morrison will jog over for the Sunnies.
Coming off for the Sunnies, number 8, Alexis Morrison. Number 17, Angela Gatto.
And that'll be Watson and Hope who come in.
And number 16, Megan Watson.
As Righteous will get us restarted here with the throw-in on the left-hand side. Goes short there for Torres. A little bit of a foul throw. Goes uncalled as Righteous is able to skip through here. Finds Harmon. Harmon's first-time ball looking for Everhart is just cut out here. But instant pressure once again put in by Sunflower as D'Souza challenges here. Almost has the ball fall to her, but Abby Hansen's been all over the place in that midfield for Union KC. As the ball played forward over the top here, looking for the feet of Gibson, whose first touch. He's going to find the feet of Vest. Vest one-on-one. Great save by Sasaki, who's able to get down low.
Yeah, great touch there by the forward, the tall forward for Union KC, is that touch just takes it away from the defender and allows her to get that shot off. Sasaki did well to come out and cut the ankle down like a cat. But yeah, another opportunity. They're starting to push and push and push here at the end of the first half with about 10 minutes left to play. Ooh, a dangerous chance here. Sasaki is up to catch it, but a little bit of sign of intent for Union KC as their talent is starting to wake up, starting to show up, and get some quality chances.
Absolutely, and we mentioned probably about 20 minutes ago that Vest was on a bit of an island up top there, number 23. But ever since they've made a little bit of adjustments to their shape here, going 3 at the back, you've got Vest and Gibson up top together, and the last 5 minutes here, Union KC's definitely had the better spots. As Sasaki's put under pressure here, loses the ball, turned over, and going to be slotted in to the open goal there.
Oh, Union KC
by number 30, Cherry Yu.
Cherry Yu. As they just started to swarm, and you could see that it was coming, and Sunflower State was just starting to back off. They decided to play it in dangerous opportunities. And Union KC did well enough to take their chance. As Sasaki was left on an island, she just needed to boot that out there. But it's when you try to play out of the back, you're going to get burned from time to time.
Yeah, in that kind of situation, you're going to want the goalkeeper to be more decisive. If you look up and you've got 3 people, the pass isn't on, just boot it out. But Sasaki gets caught in possession there. The turnover, and you able to get the ball under possession there and just slide a right-footed shot into the open net there to bring us back level here, 1-1 in the 38th minute here at Pembroke Hill in Kansas City, Missouri, as referee going to give the teams a second hydration break here in the first half, as it is a very hot, muggy day in Kansas City, currently 91 with a feels like of 95. Not even accounting for being out there on the hot turf. Want to make sure that both teams stay safe.
Both of them play in the middle. And they don't have to necessarily come all the way in, but they can check in for this area. So
teams will trot back out here to finish up the last 8 minutes plus of this first half action that is now knotted at 1-1. So brand new game here for both teams. You'd expect a great game here anytime you get a local derby, anytime you get the second and third place teams who are only separated by 3 points with Union having a game in hand. As ball over the top looking for Gibson is dispelled away by Watson, but a late whistle by the referee as he deems the tackle a little bit too physical for his liking. As Union KC will line this free kick up about 40 yards out from goal. Plenty of large targets to look for with Vest and Gibson, two of the tallest players on the pitch. But the ball played through just about to the 6-yard box, looking for the late run of Cherry U. But Sasaki able to come in and calmly collect for Sunflower as she stands on the ball here. Plays left-footed pass out there, looking for the late run of Lainey Racious, but just a bit over the head of the Sunflower State outside back. As Union KC take the throw in here, they got a host of substitutions on the sideline ready to check in at the next opportunity, but Racious cuts out there, finds the feet of Watson. Watson able to ride a tackle and get the ball back to Day. Carrasco turns back to Sasaki. Sasaki just plays out quickly, not one to make another mistake here as Browning's cut out by Racious. That ball's going to fall to the feet of you and turned over to Lara Torres. The Colombian able to turn once and twice and takes a tumble but earns the whistle here. As Nakai Day gets us quickly back restarted. Finds the feet of Wardlaw in some space. He goes out wide to Watson. Watson dispels back, but she's got to put Sasaki under pressure there, who's able to just do enough. But Sunflower flirting with disaster there as Torres finds the feet of Carrasco in the midfield. She's got options in front of her. Plays the ball over the top here, looking for the run of Megan Everhart. But that ball is a little overcooked and is only going to find the waiting arms of Nimu Karani in goal for Union Kansas City. But Sunflower already given up one goal to let Union KC back in by a mistake at the back. And flirting with disaster there is a loose pass backwards. Didn't see the run back and pressure there that was being put by Grace Vest for Union Kansas City, and she almost picked up that ball with no one in between herself and the goal. As Union will make 3 changes of their own here with about 4 minutes plus stoppage to play in this first half. As Harmon puts them under pressure and able to immediately win back a throw-in. Carrasco will leave for D'Souza. D'Souza has Akaya Day and acres of space in the midfield. Looks up, tries to go switch to Righteous, but it's turned over here by Vest. Vest in a 2-on-2 as Watson comes across, but she's able to skip past. It's a 2-on-1 here with Vest. Goes wide, left-footed shot, finds the back of the net, and Union Kansas City will take the lead here 2-1 in the 42nd minute. Just a lapse in concentration there as Sunflower turned the ball over and instant counterattack there by Vest and Gibson. And Vest opts to do it alone, able to skip past Watson and rounds to the right side of Sasaki in goal and just fires a shot into the middle of the goal there and leaves Sasaki with no ability to try and get down to save that one. As Union Kansas City started off this game really slow, and it was all Sunflower early, but the last 10 minutes have been all Union Kansas City, all over Sunflower, who's been trapped in the back in possession, making some mistakes, just unable to keep the ball or to really threaten forward here as ball's going to find the feet of Racious. Racious pops forward here looking for help, but her ball to Everhart's just going to be cut out. Day looking for the feet of Torres, but it's turned over again to Vest here, who's able to look up and turn. Vest goes forward, finds her strike partner in Gibson. Her attempted layoff is cut out nicely by Jules Wardlaw. And Sunflower will restart with possession here. But Grace Vest has been all over it these last 10-15 minutes for Union Kansas City, just making everything happen. Every time the ball seems to find her feet, something positive is happening for Union Kansas City. This ball finds the feet here of Wardlaw. Wardlaw put under pressure, finds the feet of Torres, skips past one. Maradana's past two. Slips the ball through here, looking for Everhart, who's just unable to get there before the ball trickles out of play. So throw in taken quickly. Looped all the way across by Walrod. And Carrasco steps up to put her under pressure. Walrod on the ball, right-hand side, looks up. Keeps possession here as Vest is dropped into the midfield here now to get on the ball. And the ball's worked out wide to this left-hand side. Closed down by Carrasco. A ball first time played in through Gibson. Gibson's first touch is good, but Gatto able to recover and slide down to force that ball out for a throw-in. Union Kansas City really finding their footing here to end out this first half. The Sunflower at this point would be happy to go in 1-1 as they have been under a lot of pressure. As ball's thrown in here in the middle of the box, looking for the head of Vest, but dispelled away by Akaya Day. Harmon able to flick it on, find the feet of Everhart here, who has no help in front of her, and tries to play out wide looking for Carrasco, but just behind her as the two ladies just not quite on the same page. But Everhart able to step in and win that ball back. Sunflower, with all their numbers still behind the ball, will choose to reset here with D'Souza finding Gatto to Sasaki. Sasaki looking for an option. Is going to go long looking for Torres, who lets it skip through here. Racious trying to get around Chloe Wilms, who's able to shepherd that out for a Union Kansas City throw as we hit the 45th minute here. We'll see how much stoppage time the referee decides to have in this first half, as we have had 2 hydration breaks. Sasaki just able to get there in front, but ball dispelled as far as Lindstrom, who is able to get it out wide to D'Souza. D'Souza back to Gatto, who resets to Sasaki. Sasaki finds Day. Day goes wide to Gatto, who looks up, goes long, looking for the head of Carrasco, who's able to flick it on. Everhart up in the air, but loses out on that challenge. But Wardlaw able to step in first to the ball, and her ball will trickle out to Gatto here. Ball over the top, looking for Torres and Carrasco, but dispelled nicely by Walrod for Union Kansas City, who's been stalwart at the back for the Kansas City club. Is D'Souza here looking to slip through the ball to Everhart, but just a little overcooked here as Laura Torres will put some pressure under the goalkeeper here as we've played a minute of stoppage time. And the Sunflower does have a player down here. It appears to be Angela Gatto, who is needing some assistance. It looks like she's gesturing to her right shoulder to the trainer. And she will go ahead and make her way off to be replaced by Ann Hope here to finish out this first half. Hopefully just a bit of a knock there for the center half. So referee will drop it to the goalkeeper to restart us here, and Union Kansas City comes forward here. Ball over the top. Dispelled by Lidstrom. Only find the chest of Lack, who's ball forward here, finds Gibson. Gibson tries to slip through here to Vest. Vest, who's been all over it here in this into this first half. They will skip past one, but her left-footed shot is cut off by Lara Torres. The Sunflower looks to break here at the end of this half. Just a toe on the ball from Harmon, looking for the feet of Wardlaw's. Dispels the Sunflower counterattack, but they're able to get possession back here as the referee blows his whistle for the end of that first half. As we are sitting here with Union Kansas City up 2-1 on your Sunflower State FC Sunnies. Sunflower win up a goal to the good in the 6th minute off a nice chip ball by Tata, but a mistake at the back allowed for an equalizer by Yu in the 37th minute, and then Vest was able to break on past the Sunflower defense to take the lead in the 42nd minute to let Union really end the half on a strong note here, Sesti.
Yeah, it was looking great for us as we were, we took the lead. Obviously, you want to start with a goal if you want to win the game. But the heat started to get to us, and it allowed Union KC to start to get into the game just a little bit more. We'll see what the second half brings, as both teams are kind of tired, and it's near the end of the season with second place to play for. But we'll see what the leaders on each team bring out of them and what they can get out of their players for the second half. 45 minutes here in the brutal sun.
Absolutely. That first half score for you, Union Kansas City 2, Sunflower State 1. We will see you on the other side of this half.
All right, guys, we're live here for the halftime show brought to you by the WKC. I'm Salvatore Sesti. The score here is 1-2. Sunflower State 1 with a goal by Tata Teixeira to Union KC's 2. The goals were early in the first half for Sunflower State as they got on the board with a nice looping chip over the top of the head of Karani. And Sunflower State should have capitalized on that with a couple more chances, but then Union KC, with their quality, they started to work into the game. They started to show what had brought them to second place to the first place with goals by you and, was it Gibbs? Or it was Vest, excuse me. But both those players, quality players, as they had a couple chances right south of the 30th minute, but from the 30th minute onward, it was all Union KC as they took over the game, and substitutions did not help with Sunflower State. They looked a little bit more disjointed. But we'll see what the second half can bring. This is the penultimate home game here at Pembroke Hill for the WPSL Sunnies. We'll hopefully see some more movement from Tata Teixeira as she bombs forward. There's some opportunities there from Angela Gatto as she looked to play the ball up. It was more of a straight line as she was trying to get to the straight line of the onrushing Teixeira or Morrison. But the ball just needs to be a little bit more curved, allowing her to run onto the ball or find that runner as she's coming across at a diagonal run. If you're going to play that ball straight, and just make sure you beat the second defender. Or if you're the attacking forward, such as Juliet Lucas, get the second ball, right? Because it's hot. The women are going to take a touch, and if that touch is right to her feet, it's open for the taking, open for the steal. But both teams are going to be up against the sun here in the second half as they switch sides, as Sunflower State looks to work their way back into the game and hopefully get an equalizing and winner.
Welcome back into the second half action here of this WPSL Heartland Conference matchup between your Sunflower State FC Sunnies and Union KC. Union Kansas City open up this second half with a 2-1 lead over Sunflower State thanks to two late goals in that first half by Cherry Yu and Grace Vest after Tata Teixeira had opened up the scoring for the Sunnies early on in the 6th minute. As the referee will blow his whistle to get the second half underway. Sunflower in the yellow and black attacking left to right this half. Union KC in their white and red as an immediate turnover here, almost forced by D'Souza, but able to just keep possession here and work back as Sunflower will immediately start the second half under pressure just the way they started it, as a battle at the back here between Lidstrom and Hope Kim, and Lidstrom is going to get the benefit of the referee's whistle as she won the tussle and got the call there. But Sunflower, like we said, starting the second half here just the way that they ended the first half, under immediate pressure from Union Kansas City, who took about a half an hour to grow into the game, but definitely was the better side to close that first half.
Looks like they modified the tent to take care of the sun there a little bit as well. 46 minutes played here, under pressure once again. Quality play by their two forwards, but they're going to have to. Sunflower State is going to have to break that pressure somehow. They've done that with Tata Teixeira as the ball is played just in front of her. Needed to let her run onto it just a little bit more. Found out today that is that number 17 Smith just transferred from Houston to Missouri State, but is the younger sister of Tim Smith, the former Sunflower State man. Good to see a familiar face. There's a shot there, goes just wide. Sunflower State is going to have to adjust here because it's Cherry Yu had the goal at her mercy, and Sasaki, as great of a goalkeeper as she was not going to get that if that was going in the side netting. But no, Sunflower State is going to have to continue to adjust and step up their game a little bit as the ball goes long. It was looking for Elman. As Ann Hope Murphy gets a shoulder in the back, Elman goes directly to number 26 there of Union KC as Carrasco mistouches it, gets bulldozed over, and wins a free kick.
Hope will get the ball back into play here, finds Bella Leone out on this right-hand side. As Sunflower will look to try and get some sustained possession here. As a loose ball to the back here is going to find the feet of Hope Kim. And another mistake at the back by Sunflower puts a goal on the board for Union Kansas City.
Yeah, and that's on the leaders of the team of Sunflower State to adjust just a little bit quicker, right? They came out of the break. They knew what was happening at the end of the first half. And if they see that it's not working, the definition of insanity is something over and over again, expecting a different result. But 3-1 here, the score, as Carrasco starts with the ball. She gets it out, and here comes Union KC as they look to high press and turn the ball over for Elman. As Union KC has possession quickly once again, as the high pressure is starting to work, and Sunflower State is not breaking the lines of that high pressure. As the ball goes long for a goal kick, it was seen out by Lindstrom. But we'll see what Sasaki does. If she plays short again, she has Gato open on the left. She has Ann Hope Murphy. As you see, as soon as she indicates that she's going to play short, Union KC steps up. So we'll see. There comes Carrasco. She's going short. Sasaki hits it right to number 24, Thurston. Thurston gets the ball back, working against Bella Leone. The ball goes out for another goal kick. And the ball kid has to get the ball over to Sasaki. As it looks like Teixeira is trying to call. She's rightfully angry and frustrated. She's not getting the ball, or if the ball's coming to her, it's a little bit too flat. Lindstrom has it. She's pressured quickly by Kim. Kim gets it back. Has looking for the feet of her forward there. And the ball goes out for another Union KC throw as Sunflower State is against the gun here. That was Abby Henson, number 8. Here comes 24. Thurston. Big throw in. Headed away there by Gatto. Teixeira steps on it, tries to get past one. Able to find Carrasco and a chance to break the lines if they move quickly. As stepped in there by number 15 for Union KC. Wardlaw. Wynn loses out, but only as far as her center back. Thurston has it again. Back to Hansen. Hansen plays the ball up, only to the feet of Elman. Elman finds an open Teixeira who has a couple acres of space. Gets it over to Morrison as those two start to connect a little bit. Now, good pass to D'Souza, who works one-on-one on the far side. Works her way into the goal. Tries to get past one. Pressured there. Can she get to it before? She can, but is stuck out there by the young defender, Smith, who clears away for a Sunflower State throw-in. But finally, a little bit of life for Sunflower State. It's taken them 5 minutes to get into the second half. But D'Souza and Morrison connected for a dangerous chance there on the far side as the wind is starting to pick up, starting to go towards from left to right. As it looks like it's going to be D'Souza to throw. Gets it back to Gatto. Has Lindstrom and Morrison. Morrison is on the ball. Goes all the way back to Day. Day has Carrasco to her right. All the way back to Sasaki, but she's pressured there quickly by 19, Nguyen. But Day, ball up, tries to find the feet of Lucas, whose heavy touch leads for a breakaway chance here for Union KC. Union KC is going with Wynn. Lindstrom's defending, but only as far as number 11, Chloe Wilms. Wilms finds the feet of Wynn. Works against Morrison. Morrison does a little bit of pressure. Finds the chest of Emily Carrasco. Good back heel to Teixeira from D'Souza. Finds Morrison once again, whose ball is flat to Bella Leon. Tries to play the ball behind the back, but stolen away there by Thurston. Thurston goes back to Hansen. Finds Smith. Smith switches the field. Couple options there in the center of the park. One by Morrison. Ullman moves quickly, gets it back to Morrison, who's tries to find the feet of Bella Leon, who just now gets there. Speedy enough to just tackle there, and Leon is down. Leon is down on the pitch as she tripped over Thurston. We get a chance for a hydration break or just a chance to catch her breath as she went down and gets a little bit of a raspberry there on the shoulder of the hiked up sleeves. But this heat is abrasive, right? And just as abrasive as that turf. And the two combination is not good for the skin. Just going to need to put some aloe on that, Tyler.
Absolutely. As first real chance of the second half here for Sunflower to try and get forward, but still just a little bit disconnected there as that ball through, as Sunflower has come out disjointed. The only way to really phrase it for the second half, and another mistake puts them down 2 goals, and just really have not been able to find any kind of rhythm here, as most of the starters are out here, and you'd think that they'd be used to playing together here as Carrasco's able to pick up the ball here, but immediate pressure once again at the back is put on by Union KC, who almost seems to have been employed a bit of a rope-a-dope strategy, as another ball almost turned over there at the back as Gatto's pass is a little bit loose, but Tata able to pick it up there. Nice to see Gatto back out as she left with that shoulder injury earlier, as Allison picks up ball over the top here looking for the run of Leon. Leon touch in, able to get past one-on-one with the keeper. Touches pass, but the touch is just a little bit too strong, and great play there by Reese Walrud for Union KC, who's able to bail her goalkeeper out. But that's what you want to see from the Sunnies here in the second half, is getting forward, using the pace of Leon, using D'Souza out on that wing, which is really the strengths going forward of this team with such great ball players in the middle like Morrison and Carrasco and Tata.
Yeah, and just, Again, Leon's hot. She just took that tumble there on the side of the pitch, but she's still one of the more athletic players on Sunflower State. So they have to use that athleticism and that drive. As we were just singing her praises in the first half, she's going to have to continue to show leadership and drive when she's hurt, when she's tired, when there's not much left. As Carrasco wins the ball there in the middle, she finds Tata. Tata saw Leon running, but was just a step behind her. As Morrison, it's quality on the ball, finds Lindstrom, has Day. Day looks up. She finds Carrasco, who has one to beat, but gets taken down there in a dangerous opportunity for a free kick for Sunflower State. Let's see who's going to be over. It looks like Morrison's trotting over along with Carrasco. Carrasco takes it quickly. Here comes Morrison. Morrison, can she get a shot off? As she just plays it to Carrasco as a little bit too absent-minded. As nice little win there by Carrasco again. Now wins a corner for Sunflower State for the DM injury law corner kick. First corner kick of the second half. As it's going to be Morrison once again. Let's see if Sunflower State can get the head of D'Souza, head of Gatto, the head of Lindstrom, or Juliet Lucas on there. At least creates something of stress for the new goalkeeper for Union KC. That's Madi Meehan. Ball in. Ball's over everyone. Here comes Teixeira. Goes out for a goal kick, but shots getting closer, getting closer. Let's see how long the starters can last, because they're going to have to do something here. 10 minutes played in the second half as the ball goes out to Walrod. Finds Cherry U. U up to Win. Win couldn't get to that, a little bit long, but here comes Leon. Here comes Union KC. They look to pressure up in the final third, and Sunflower State has had a problem of finding the breaking pass, because Morrison and Teixeira are in the middle of the pitch, covered by two defenders. Oh, first touch there was the right idea, but it just did not come off there for Lindstrom. The ball goes back to Walrod. Smith now, the new Missouri State Bear. Goes out to Hansen. Looking to find their way up. Back to Walrod. Tries to switch the pitch. Dangerous there, but Sasaki takes the ball. Gets it quickly out to Day, as Sunflower State is looking to play quickly, but they're playing quickly in their own third. As they get the ball to Gatto. Gatto goes over the top. Tries to find D'Souza. Is able to get there, but just has a missed touch. And able to win a throw-in for Sunflower State, as Sunflower State is able to get into the final third. As two substitutions here, as both number 19, Avery Nguyen, and Hope Kim come off. We'll see who comes on. It looks like that was Kate Gibson and Grace Vest. As D'Souza plays with it on the touch line as they call the ball out. Just deemed to have the whole ball cross over, as they're going to make another host of changes here, Union KC, on the next dead ball. Thurston creeps her way up on the far side. Ball's pressured. Here comes Teixeira. She finds Carrasco. Carrasco back to Teixeira, into the box, looking for the feet of Elman. Only so far as Gatto. Ball works its way back forward. Here comes Juliet Lucas. Kiwi plays it in. Finds the head of Elman. Elman gets it over to Bella. Bella Leon has time to work against Thurston. Good touch there. Oh, the ball is just too close to Smith. She looks to switch the field, as Teixeira looks to win that headed ball. And wins again, the tenacity of the young Brazilian, but only so far as now Gracie Vest. Vest goes up to Kate Gibson. Kate Gibson works against Day. Goes directly to goal, but the on-rushing was not able to get there as the ball went to Sasaki. Now the goalkeeper, she's playing quickly, but if you're playing quickly and you're predictable, then it's going to make it easy to defend, especially on the high press, as Elman loses the ball there to number 8, Hansen. Hansen plays the ball up only as far as Elman. The Sunflower State looks to work their way back in and build off of that positive pressure that they had, but it's only so far as the feet of Chloe Wilms. Kayla Smith pressured there by Elman. Walrod plays it wide. Union KC is under no stress to play it forward. They don't have to, as they're going to be a host of changes, as it looks like D'Souza's coming off. As Reiches comes on for Sunflower State. And 3 substitutions for Union KC comes on. I mean, there was positive pressure there, Tyler, as Sunflower State was trying to work their way in. They were finding the feet of both Morrison, Carrasco, and Tata. And when those 3 get on the ball in attacking motion, it usually spells good things as they find the wide on-rushing run of Leon or D'Souza. But when they're building out of the back, it looks like they've disappeared at times, at least in the primary third.
Absolutely. You'd love to see one of the 3 of those central midfield cogs maybe dropping a little bit deeper, trying to get on the ball here as the attempted flick forward is unable to find Lindstrom. But, yeah, with the 3 at the back that Sunflower employs, as they will make a change here, and Tata will jog off to be replaced by Lara Torres. But with the 3 at the back here that Sunflower plays, it's a lot of inner passes between Gatto and Lindstrom and Day or Murphy, and none of them are the people that you want under pressure from a Union Kansas City player trying to pick out that pass. So curious to see what kind of adjustments that Sunflower makes. Is it kind of is a bit of a role reversal in the second half here, as the first half Sunflower came out strong and Union KC grew into the game, and Union KC has definitely been the stronger of the first half here, and hopefully the Sunnies can grow their way into the game and find a couple goals for the good here to get back on level terms at least here, as they try to get back into a position here to, still come out in second place here. As ball turned over there is going to find Erisman, but she's turned over, and Morrison's able to get the ball out wide to Reiches, who wins a throw-in. Or Leon, sorry. Reiches on the other outside back there. Leon looks for some movement in front of her, goes towards Lucas. Lucas able to hold up and play back to Morrison, who's got time in the midfield there. Plays all the way across to Carrasco, whose ball just is able to get through there. As Torres now on the ball, looks up for assistance as she's being hounded from Carolyn Carter. As Akaya Day on the ball here. Slips the ball through up to Elliman. Elliman looking for assistance. He's going to be forced all the way back to the goalkeeper, who her outside of the boot pass just finds Sasaki there, and Akaya Day will look up, looking long for Laura Torres. Cut out nicely there by Walrod, who's been all over the place for Union Kansas City today. And her ball forward finds Carter. Carter turns, pressured by Carrasco. Able to lay it off to Thurston. Thurston over the top here, looking for the on-run of Kate Gibson. Gibson looks up, plays in the middle there, but only Angela Gatto there for Sunny. He's able to dispel that away, and that'll be chested out by Leon, who's quickly taken here. Gibson on the ball, just outside the box. Plays in there as Carrasco is down on a knee. The referee waving her to play on for some reason, as Union Kansas City's not even trying to attack. The referee could easily blow the whistle to stop the game, as Hansen will finally play it out to let the Sunflower midfielder get some attention. I think she took a ball to the midsection there. Back on her feet now as she gingerly makes her way. She is going to head to the sideline here to be replaced by Jules Wardlaw. hopefully Carrasco maybe just got the wind knocked out of her. Hopefully is able to recuperate on the sideline there, as Sunflower will throw the ball in here and turned over in the midfield here to Caroline Carter, who pokes it forward looking for Gibson. Gibson able to take it down, but a great step by Akaya Day as Elliman tries to get past Hansen there, who does well to step. And the ball eventually going to fall to the feet of Erisman here. Erisman looks up, finds Carter. Carter going all the way out wide here, looking for the goal scorer, Vest. Vest, and turned back by Gato, whose pass is loose, and Laura Torres trying to get onto it, but great recovery pace there shown by the Union Kansas City lady. As Carter tries to turn, and Lidstrom's able to poke it away here, but Union Kansas City still back on the strong attacking foot here, with Thurston trying to find forward there. Cut out, but falls right back to her feet here. She's got help inside here. Falls to the feet, but great step back there by Wardlaw, who's come on here for the injured Carrasco. But Sunflower State is in pure defensive mode right now. They're not able to really get out of their own half, and everything they're doing is just trying to not get scored on again here, Sussy.
Yeah, usually when they're trying to play out of the back, right, and without Tata Teixeira there, the turns aren't quick, right? The connection between Morrison and now it looks like Lucas and Elman, it's not there. There's a water break there. As all the teams are going to have to hydrate here, but you just look at some of the Sunnies as their heads are down, right? It's hard to play. You're down 2 in the 67th minute here of play. And there's nothing against them. Like they started out the game strong. It's just when they're trying to break those lines and you're passing it around, it just makes it predictable when you're always trying to play it to the open gal. And it's easy to just push them back until the pass is not there, and then it's pounced upon and you have to clear it, right? So they're going to have a little bit of more creativity or at least quickness in the midfield to break the pressure and turn and then find their wings, as it's just going to take some energy. But it looks like Union KC is ready to go, and Coach Ramos and Coach Hughes shout out instructions, as they're going to need to in order to get something out of this. But already, look at Union KC. They're setting up in our half, right, ready to pressure again. And Sunflower State is going to have to make adjustments. We'll see what they do. We'll see what substitutions do, as it looks like Reiches and Watson go back there. Laura calls for energy. Day and Lindstrom are back there as well. Let's see what they can do to connect the midfield just a little bit more as the ball goes into Gibson. Lindstrom misses it as a speedy player comes through there with, I believe that was Kate Gibson. Excuse me, Kate Gibson was not the player who came in speeding through. That was Grace Vest. Those long legs got in there. As they try to play out of the back, out of the 18, Lindstrom manages to get it to Morrison, whose touch only goes far as Lucas. Lucas, heavy first touch, tries to get it back. Well done there to win it, as it goes out for a Sunflower State throw, as Kayla Smith was aggrieved there, was convinced that it went off a Sunflower State player. Morrison plays the ball across, only far as Gato, but here comes Gibson, who's quick to it, and she tries to use her speed against Gato, as she is faster, as she on the ball. Here comes, tries to get the ball up, was looking for Vest, but her teammate was just a little bit slow to react, as everything was moving in one direction. As the Mizzou player on the far side there kicks it out for a Reiches throw. Reiches gets it to number 13, Wardlaw. Good little 1-2. Wardlaw switches the field back to Day, as Sunflower State once again tries to find the winger. Everyone's coming across to the side. does the right thing by getting into the middle with the vision of Morrison. Gets the ball out in space to Gatto. Gatto gets it up to Reiches. Reiches tries to work her way around the Union KC lady, Monica Bronner, as she gets fouled there and wins the free kick. She's going to have to take a little bit smarter touches. A little bit smarter on the ball here in the 69th minute. Nice. As Meehan switches to Smith. Smith has space, has runners in front of her as she is allowed to keep running with the ball. Plays it first time. Good ball to find the middle of the field as two Sunflower State's players crash the passing lane. Morrison is pressured, but not closely, as the ball goes up to Leon. Leon gets to it. Good first touch. Works against Smith. The speedier Smith gets there. Slide tackles out for a corner kick for Sunflower State. Let's see if D'Souza or Elman, who puts her head up, she's exhausted. Lucas looks ready for it. Meehan sets her defense. One on each wall. Bronner on the far side. Wilms on the near. As they keep Grace Vest up there, whose speed can unlock any defense. But here comes Morrison. Hands up, hands down. Here comes the kick. Good ball in. Head of Lucas. Pings around there. Evelyn clears it out. As that's a headed ball where it's Kate Gibson who smashed into the face of Akea Day. She took one on the nose there. She's down here. Don't see anybody warming up for Sunflower State. Yep, as she looks like she's bleeding. As Ann Hope Murphy comes onto the field. As Morrison walks off her teammate. Laura Torres is up there with Cora Elman. Cora Elman is going to try to find the head of Juliet Lucas, who does have a nose for goal. Morrison smiles as there's three in the wall. A little bit far for a shot, but I mean, at this point, try anything, right? Right, Tyler?
Yeah, absolutely. Sunflower looking for any opportunity here to kind of get a spark, as looks like it'll be a clipped ball to the back post here by Morrison. Ball comes in, late run, finds the head of Lucas, who just is unable to get enough power on that to really trouble Meehan in goal. But nice nice sign there by Sunflower with that ball in, late run, and try to at least get a test on the second half goalkeeper here.
Not much of one. Again, the ball was in the right spot, just the speed was not quite there for Lucas. Got there, and good fight there by Murph. As Leon is told to take the false start penalty. 5 yards back. Back to Sasaki, who's pressured quickly by Vest. And Vest does really well to get there and just mess with the timing of the keeper of Sasaki. Sunflower State gets it to Wardlaw, to D'Souza, over to Sasaki. Let's see, can they break the lines? As they do find Lindstrom. Lindstrom is pressured there quickly. They're trying to find the outlet of Leon, who's just not far enough off the pitch. She's pressuring Smith. As they need to double team there, or at least pounce on it, as Sunflower State defends with Gatto, who kicks it out after an onrushing Kate Gibson puts her under pressure once again. Bronner is up, making the young ball kid run all over the pitch now. As Laura loses out. Rice just goes all the way Kicks it out to Natalie Wilson. Natalie Wilson finds Arisman. Kim Arisman goes back to Wardlaw. Good pressure there in the center of the park. Smith. Up to Radke. Radke loses it, but here comes Bella Leon. She's got Lucas in front of her, who makes the run. Gets the ball with a little bit of space. Needs to go directly to goal. Has it back, but the ball's just behind her as the striker's not necessarily known for her creating chances, and Elman throws her hands up. Radke loses it out once again. No call for handball by the referee. She gets it all the way back to Sasaki. Sasaki has Murphy. Sunflower State is pressured as there's 3 Union KC women up there. Gatto plays it long, looking for the feet of Lucas now. Good enough to get to Lindstrom's foot, but cleared away there. This is onside for Vest. But Sasaki just takes it as it goes a little bit too long for the long-legged forward. Sasaki switches the field. Il Gatto back to Sasaki. Morrison keeps possession. Back to Sasaki as we try this once again. Out to Murphy as Union KC pressures slowly. Cuts off passing lanes. And there goes Evelyn. Or excuse me. Oh, here comes Union KC. Ball in and goal! Goal number 27 for Union KC.
Just another lax moment there at the back for Sunflower, and ball falls to Gibson, who just is able to take one touch and round Sasaki's goal and pass it into the empty net. And that's 2 of the 4 goals that have just been empty netters, or 3 of the 4 goals rather, that have been empty netters for Union Kansas City, and not the way that you're going to try and get back into the game if you're Sunflower here, as they now find themselves 4-1 down in the 78th minute here. And the chances of securing second place here is quickly falling away from their opportunity here, as they look to reset here, and we'll see what the Sunnies have to offer in these final 13 plus minutes, as Lindstrom gets it out wide to Gatto. Gatto looking forward, finds Torres, who's just poked off of it out of bounds here, as substitution will be made here, and Cora Elliman will make her way over to the sideline. She is replaced here in the midfield by Sophia Hughes. Lucas able to hold it up there, and Sunflower will cycle possession around as Sasaki immediately put under pressure here, is forced to boot it long. Torres challenges. And that ball's going to loop over the top here, but Wynn is well offside, so lets it drift back to Sasaki in goal. Sasaki able to split the line there, finds the feet of Wardlaw, who skips past one, finds Reiches. Reiches back to Gatto. Gatto going long here, looking for Lucas. Lucas runs onto that, just able to keep it inbounds, but her attempted poke forward is going to roll all the way back out for a goal kick. As Sunflower will make a substitution here, and Lindstrom will head over to the bench to be replaced here in the back by Megan Watson. Looks like a shoe tie break here for Meehan in goal. She'll restart out to Bronner. Bronner forward looking for Hope Kim is a little too aggressively pushed off of it by Watson for the ref's liking here. And Union will have a free kick here as we creep into the 80th minute here at Pembroke Hill in Kansas City, Missouri. There's Arisman on the ball here. Finds the feet of Carter. Carter skips back. Great play by D'Souza to intercept that pass forward. Looks up, but the ball just behind a teammate here as Carter's able to slip it forward to Kim. Kim through the back again by Watson for the second time in as many minutes. And Union KC will have a free kick here a little further up the pitch. Arisman will take this from the 34-yard line. Ball floated in, looking for the head of Carter, but D'Souza able to head it across goal, and the rebound there is dribbled into the back of the net. I believe it's number 9, Hope Kim, who was just able to stab that into the back post as dangerous ball was lofted in, and D'Souza had to go up and challenge for it, but her header just ended up going across the goal there to Kim, who was able to poke it in as the referee will whistle for one final hydration break here. Lucas's kickoff will get us back underway here from that hydration break as Morrison put under pressure here by Hansen. Able to skip away nicely here. Finds the feet of Wardlaw, who tries to skip through, but cut off in the defense there by Patterson. As now you will try to break forward here. You will go out wide here. Finds the feet of Kim, the last goal scorer here. She's turned away by Torres, but only as far back as Kendall Radke, whose early ball through looking for Hansen is going to be cut out by Murph. And Sunflower will slow it down here as they look to regain possession here. Ball forward by Sasaki is stabbed back to Murph. Murph finds Morrison quickly out to D'Souza, who's out on his right-hand side now. D'Souza tries to go for the nutmeg, but Kendall Radke's able to turn it away for a throw-in. Lucas's flick looking for the feet of Hughes is intercepted by Yu. And they're forced all the way back to Meehan in goal. Plays it out to Jane Hansen. Cut out by Morrison. Torres put it under pressure here as Laura Torres will come away with the ball. Finds the feet of Lainey Reiches, who skips past Browner. Reiches able to keep it in, looks up. Not a ton of movement in front of her. She'll go back to Laura Torres. Torres will switch all the way across here to Morrison, who's in some space. As her ball early in, looking for Lucas, whose header just goes backwards to no real Sunflower players in position there. As a hopeful ball is stabbed forward to give Kendall Radke a chance to run on it, but it goes out of the pitch here, and Sunflower will restart here with Gato on the ball. Gato plays back to Sasaki, who's put under pressure by Kim. She's able to play it out to Watson. Watson to Reiches. Into Torres, who turns into space. Finds Hughes. Hughes back to Torres. Her touch just lets her down, and Patterson's able to intercept it as the ball played forward here is cut off to Kim. And Gato able to atone for her loose touch and get back on the ball here. It's now Wardlaw, who's a little bit loose with it, but retains possession. Watson's attempted pass to Morrison, not enough pace on it, but Morrison will chase that down and go back to Sasaki. Sasaki to Morrison. Morrison slips through to Murph really nicely there as Hughes is tracked all the way back here trying to get on the ball. But her attempted pass to Murph is a little too strong, and Union will have a throw in deep in Sunflower territory here. Throw in sees Morrison shoved to the ground, but referee not blowing a whistle. Here's the ball played into the back post, but it's going to go over everyone and find the feet of Lainey Reichus, who looks to propel forward here. Kim able to stand her up as Watson will go back to Sasaki. Sasaki to Morrison. Finds the feet of Hughes. Or Wardlaw, rather, who gets out to D'Souza here. D'Souza with runners up ahead. Tries to find the return pass to Wardlaw, but nice defensive play there by Jane Hansen. Cuts it off. But Sunflower back on the ball here with D'Souza. D'Souza skips past one. Skips past two is taken down by the Hansen sisters. And Sunflower will have a free kick here about 30 yards out from goal as Alexis Morrison stands over it. Sunflower will line up just to the left side of that penalty spot at the top of the box here with ball comes in. Lucas, the target, but just over her as it falls to Browner, who's able to just stab it away as far as her teammate Kim. But Watson able to flick it back to Reichus. Reichus is riding a tackle, rides 1-2 tackles, but no whistle here as Watson will come away with it. Hughes able to just stab it through to Wardlaw. Wardlaw, aggressive tackle from Walrod is going to win the ball back here as Union KC look to counterattack here with Radke on the ball. Radke slips it out wide here to Win. Win looking up. No one really in the box yet as she gets in. Right-footed Scross comes in, but that's going to go in between the crossbar and the field goal posts. A dangerous-looking attempt there is Sasaki, not the most towering figure in goal. Looked a bit worried there, but ultimately we'll just restart here with a goal kick as we creep into the 89th minute here as Union KC will make a couple of substitutions here as they just look to see this out here, 5-1 up. Ball floated forward there for Hughes. Is going to fall as far as Lucas and eventually to the feet of Lara Torres. Torres tries to turn, but pressured by Thurston.
Yeah, Torres, taken down in a heap there. She's always trying the little Maradona. Usually works to escape pressure, but only buys her a second or two as you put any sort of body on her, and she'll either go down or lose the ball. But here comes Union KC. Sophia Hughes gets into the game. She switches the field looking for D'Souza. D'Souza's ball has Morrison running, but the ball there from D'Souza just behind the runner has been kind of the story of the game for Sunflower State is they have the on-rushing runners. They're willing to get into those spaces, but the final ball to their player to get into the attacking position has been lacking. But Sunflower State continues to play as Union KC works their way across the pitch. Finds the feet of Kim. Defended there by Sunflower State, but she gets past one. Great sliding tackle. Gets the ball. Well done there by the young Megan Watson. Watson to D'Souza to Morrison. Morrison has played the majority of the minutes this game as Coach Ramos is trusting her to continue to play. and dictate the pace for the final 3 minutes of the game plus extra time. Excuse me. We're in the 90th minute here, or 89 with 30 seconds to play, as Bronner kicks the ball up, looking for the feet of number 19, Avery Nguyen. Cleared there by Ann Hope, who's quickly back to her feet. Heavy touch there by Gatto. Back to Watson. Watson, dangerous ball there, back to the goalkeeper. Has to know not to play that back to their goalkeeper, as Union KC is just sat on the defense, as that's a call for a penalty, I believe, there, or a free kick on the edge of the box. Here in the 90th minute, as Hope Kim was taken down. Bronner's on top of it. It's right at the edge of that box. There's 3 in the wall, 4 on the wall now for Sunflower State. Let's see what Sasaki can do, how she organizes her wall as she gets another. Excuse me, there's 5 in the wall now, as it's prime shooting. As Cherry Yu just drifts to the back post. Kendall Radke's back there as well. As they take everyone out there, it looks like Bronner hits the ball in, it's shot, and goal for Union KC. Goal number 16, Kendall Radke for Union KC. It was a great ball in there by Bronner as she played as everyone was suspecting a shot, but she plays it to Radke. No one else from Sunflower State stepped with the young girl from Johnson County. Excuse me, the woman from Johnson County. As Sunflower State goes down 1-6 after a promising start. That's the end of the game. As Sunflower State falls to Union KC here at home, 1-6 after a promising start and a goal from Tata Teixeira. As the game ends here at Pembroke Hill, as Sunflower State continues to hit a roadblock when it comes to Union KC. There's one game left here at Pembroke Hill for the Sunnies as they play on Saturday against 6 p.m. against Side FC from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, the game starts at 6. Come out, try and get part of the 50-50 raffle or one of the raffle tickets, as we are going to be selling Strange Days beer on that game. Also look forward to the alumni game following for anybody and everybody who's been involved with Sunflower State in the past. Once again, my name is Salvatore Sesti. I'm on the color, and stay tuned for our next game over on Sports Engine. We'll send out a link on our socials. But Tyler, thanks for joining me in the box here.
Absolutely, Sesti. Great to be on the call with you again here for the penultimate home game here for the Sunflower State women. Obviously not the result that we wanted here. As the Sunflower falls 1-6 here against Union Kansas City, as looks like they're going to finish in 3rd place in all likelihood here in the conference here. But this has been Tyler Callis and Salvatore Sesti here on the Sunflower State broadcast, and we will see you here Saturday for the final game of the season. Thank you.